to Camp Corona Day 65, a virtual, imaginary vacation land. Today, as always, we have 5 activities for you. Number 1, make up your own rainbow. And by that I mean pick yourself the order that the colors in the rainbow will appear and which colors you want to use. Not the standard rainbow, your own invention of a rainbow and the colors you want. And if you really feel fancy, make a double rainbow. Number 2, write in your journal 5 things you did, 5 things you didn't do, 5 things you wanted to do. So I might write in my journal that at 5 o'clock in the morning, the power went out in my house last night because there was a very big storm. And then the question is, when should you get up if you don't have power? You have to stay in bed till the sun comes up. So I did that, and luckily there was power for breakfast. So that might be what I put in my journal. Losing power in a big rainstorm. I think what happened is some trees fell down on the wires. Number 3, think of one of your very favorite vacations and write a description of it and draw some pictures of it and make yourself a little book about that vacation. Number 4, and I have to say number 4 and number 5 both have to do with bananas as camp food. And one of the things you might have noticed at Camp Corona is if you are dependent on shoppers bringing you your food, you might get slightly unusual things or things you hadn't planned on. And this week, I got a big bunch of very green bananas. And supposedly green bananas will turn ripe, but these did not want to. Even after I put them in a paper bag with an apple, they still didn't turn ripe. So I had to do some investigating, and I discovered that in Jamaica, people prefer to eat green bananas. Now, green bananas, I'm going to tell you, don't taste good by themselves, but they can be very tasty if you cook them. So this morning, I made a batch of banana chips. And these are made by slicing some bananas very thin. I used a moulinet. And first I cooked them on the stove in some oil. And then they weren't crispy enough to me, so I put them in the oven at 400 degrees. I sprinkled some salt on them. And they are now a very tasty treat. Banana chips. What you can do with green bananas. And that got me thinking about what you can do with rotten bananas, which is the other problem I usually have. I don't eat my bananas fast enough. And I realized that there are many things you can do with rotten bananas, but one of the most intriguing, that if these green bananas ever get rotten, because there are so many of the green bananas, I might try this. 1 ingredient banana ice cream. Here are the instructions. 4 ripe bananas. Peel the bananas, cut them into 2 to 3 inch chunks, place them in a freezer bag in the freezer for at least 6 hours. Remove and blend in a blender till smooth. Serve immediately, or freeze in an airtight container for at least 2 hours. And I bet it's especially good if you throw in a handful of chocolate chips. So that is 1 ingredient banana ice cream, and I'll report back on that once I try it. Once I have not green bananas, but brown bananas. So, let me know your activities. Send me your suggestions. Happy camping!